Finding yourself has nothing to do with getting fucked by multiple men and eating steaks. You understand? Like, how does I hate when girls say, well, my whole phase was to find myself. What the fuck you find? You kept finding more dick, it sound like, and more breakups and bad memories.
Women really need their time to learn and grow with themselves. First, you gotta know who you are. You gotta know what you like. You gotta know what kind of man you like. You're not gonna learn that at 18 or 19. I mean, there's a few of us who may figure that out early, but the majority of us, it takes a long time to really figure out what we're doing in this life. And while it is important, to like find love and a husband and this, that, and the other, you need to learn yourself first. Because if you go out in here and get married earlier, like you don't know yourself, how that man gonna know you if you don't know yourself? How is he gonna love you if you don't know how to love yourself? How is he gonna put up with you if he ain't put up with himself?
Don't worry, y'all. You know I got you.
It's really not about pacing yourself. For one, if you know you want to be married, then don't spend all of your 20s trying to figure out who you are. Maybe take 3 or 4 years. First of all, you have to be very intentional about what you want to do. If you know you want kids early, have your few little whole years and then have your kids at 26, 27. No. I'm not saying live out all of your 20s to your early 30s going on Cancun trips and hoeing and this, that, and the other. It's more so about being intentional with what you want. If you know you want a career, fuck it. Don't worry about men. Don't worry about trying to lock something down. You go freeze your eggs and figure the shit out later. If you want to be in a hole in these streets, go do that. Like I don't see what the big deal is. Even though if men don't want the car with all the miles on it, fuck it. Maybe that woman wants to be the car with all the miles.
All right, look. Now, this type of stuff right here is what I was born to talk about. You feel me? And I love Erin, and she definitely shot y'all some bell. But we gotta be real here, right? Like, when you say finding yourself, why does that always equate with being a hoe? Finding yourself has nothing to do with getting fucked by multiple men and eating steaks. You understand? Like, how does I hate when girls say, well, my whole phase was to find myself. What the fuck you find? You kept finding more dick, it sound like, and more breakups and bad memories. So let's just change the narrative when girls go through their little young phase. It has to equate with them being a hoe. You can still date smartly in your young phase and still have fun. Fun does not always equate to getting fucked. Fun is traveling the world with your friends, going to London, going to Paris, going to Egypt. That's called finding yourself. If you're finding yourself in different hotel rooms with different men, you ain't finding shit but dick. And if you want to keep that little curtain over your whole fast, well, I was young, I was finding myself. No, you found yourself single, almost 40. Yeah, and what did you learn? Sex positions? Restaurants? What, Miami? DR? Like, what y'all finding? And she's not wrong, what she said. And I'm not wrong neither. But when you see when I hear a girl saying, I found myself, I want to hear her mentioning how she went to London, she went to Cambodia, she traveled the world, she internships, different jobs, dating different people, like respectfully. Stop degrading yourself because the narrative for spring break means go get fucked and get drunk. No, spring break means take a break and relax. See, we always tend to add sex and make it fun. Nah, like finding yourself could be you studying abroad, like being a better person. And I feel like you just gave girls who are out there hoeing a breath. Like, yeah, you see, I could do that shit now. And no, you just finding different dick. And ain't nothing gonna come good from fucking your whole 20s and then your mid 30s, then getting a man in your later 30s. You wasted all that good pussy.
Wait, I have a question, Guapo.
Hold up, you wasted all that good pussy. That thing might be still good, but them walls gone for all them weirdos who you found yourself with. Now I done found your ass, and I gotta deal with all this shit.
But Guapo, why I actually agree. I still believe that you have a group of women.
Yeah.
Some of these women is gonna be hoes. Some of these women are gonna be, career professionals. Some of these women are gonna go and do study abroad and travel to Cambodia and this, that, and the other. You gotta let women do what the fuck they wanna do. Like, I don't want us to judge.
No, we're letting them, but I'm giving them a man perspective on my opinion.
Fair.
We're letting them, but it's our job to give them both sides. You are right. They have the right to do that. But go ahead.
I just don't think that we should make it about hoeing, because I know when a lot of women, let's say my friends, when we talk about finding ourselves, it's literally about brunching, sipping champagne, talking about what we want to do. Let's get together to go buy an apartment building so that we can invest. Like, we talk about freezing eggs. We talk about, literally everything under the sun. And it's actually rare, and it might just be my friends, it's actually rare that hoeing comes up. Yes, people have their hoe phase. Yes, are doing some fucking out there. And that's good for them. But let's be real about it. Like, women need, and I don't know, do men need that time? Because women definitely need the time.
Let me just be clear, though. Now, she asked me a question.
Yeah.
So let's be clear, though, right? There's nothing wrong with having sex and having fun with your life and enjoying your young years. But what's wrong is you thinking that that's needed to find yourself. That's wrong. So if you a young girl watching this right now, or a young man, you're like, oh, WAPO telling me that it's corny to... No, it's not corny. But just know from me that that's not needed to find yourself. Because me living my life, the thing that I found out about myself wasn't at spring break. It wasn't at the Holiday Inn. It wasn't in the club. I found myself doing real things like reading, dating and learning about myself, and just, being a father. Like, that what's finding yourself means. So let's not always just put sex in it. Where I come from, most of the parents are middle class to poverty. So poor relationships and poor marriages aren't as happy as rich marriages. So I think in the urban culture, when we see marriage, we just see struggle. Because we always see other people around us struggling married, trying to make it, living in little apartments. So to the average Black or Hispanic kid in the ghetto, marriage don't really seem happy to him. Marriage seems happy to white people, because white people are married, they have houses, they do things on TV. You see on TV, on these talk shows, you'll see white families. You'll see rich white families. On the Bel Air, on Fresh Prince, you watched that show because you wanted to see how Will was living. You was poor watching that show. They don't show you what real Black love look like. A lot of it ain't always, glitz and glamour, like on Atlanta Housewives. There be some struggle where I'm from when they marriage.